Picture homes perched on sheer cliffs where one wrong step spells doom, yet tourists risk it all. Discover the top 10 gravity-defying attractions that shouldn't exist but draw millions. Katchki Pillar, Georgia. It stands as a 40 meters natural limestone monolith in Georgia's Imereti region, crowned by a 6th to 8th century church dedicated to Maximus the Confessor and monk hermit cells. Key features include a tiny church 12 by 15 feet, 3 cells, wine cellar remnants, panoramic valley views, and an iron ladder for monk access. It serves as an ancient pagan Christian worship site turned ascetic retreat, now drawing pilgrims. Perfect for spiritual retreats, hikes from base trails, and photography of its dramatic isolation. Pros: profound meditation, solitude, breathtaking vistas, rich heritage. Free base hike guided tours $20 to $50. But if you think this is daring, wait until you see a temple hanging off a cliff in China. Hanging Temple, China. It is a 1500-year-old, built in 491 AD, Cliffside Monastery in Datong, China that uniquely blends Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism on Mount Hengshan's west cliff. Key features include 40 halls on wooden beams wedged into cliff cracks 50 to 75 meters up, narrow planks, and statues of Buddha, Laozi, Confucius. It is an engineering marvel that defies floods and winds, with peak protection. Perfect choice for cultural tours, adventure climbs via stairs, and family day trips. Pros: multi-faith harmony, heavenly seclusion, valley panoramas, ground view $2, full climb $14 to $22. Abuna Yeg Ethiopia. It is a monolithic rock-hewn church from the 5th to 6th century, perched 250 meters atop a sheer cliff pinnacle in Ethiopia's Tigray region, dedicated to Abuna Yemata, one of the 9 saints. Key features include barefoot hand and foothold climbs, 800 steps, no ropes for locals, a natural stone bridge with 250 meters drops, ancient murals, and a dome with 15th century paintings. It serves as a hidden hermitage that once helped people escape persecution, and is now a holy pilgrimage site that brings worshippers closer to God. Perfect for extreme hiking challenges, faith pilgrimages, and adrenaline-fueled adventures with local priest guides. Pros: sensation of divine nearness, panoramic achievement vistas, community-guided ascents, $25 to $35 with guide and ropes, full tours $270. If you think this climb is extreme, the next site takes you 900 meters above the valley floor. Meteora Monasteries, Greece. It comprised 6 active 14th to 16th century Eastern Orthodox monasteries perched atop towering sandstone pillars in Greece's Thessaly region near Kalimbaka, founded by hermit monks seeking refuge. Key features include over 6,000 carved stone steps replacing ancient rope ladders and baskets, frescoed Byzantine halls, catholicons with post-Byzantine art, and sweeping valley vistas. They evolved from 11th century ascetic skeets into fortified sanctuaries against Ottoman threats, embodying spiritual isolation. Ideal for guided hiking tours, history explorations, and scenic drives among the striking rock formations. Pros: breathtaking aerial seclusion, exquisite Byzantine frescoes rewarding physical spiritual ascents, $3 to $5 per monastery, 6 total $30. Which would you prefer, basket hoist or stone steps? Drop your choice in the comments. Paro, Taktsang, Bhutan. It is a sacred Bhutanese monastery complex built in 1692 around an 8th century meditation cave. The structure clings to a 900-meter sheer cliff above Paro Valley. Legend holds Guru Rinpoche flew on a tigress to subdue demons at this site. Key features include steep 3 to 4 hour trails with mules and cable car options, over 700 prayer flag steps, cave shrines housing Guru Rinpoche's relics, and terrace whitewashed temples with golden roofs. It serves as Bhutan's premier pilgrimage site, representing Vajrayana Buddhism's triumph over evil forces through the Guru's 8 manifestations. Perfect for spiritual treks that blend physical challenge with enlightenment, plus deep Bhutanese cultural immersion amid Himalayan sanctity. Pros: palpable mystical energy, jaw-dropping Himalayan panoramas, transformative hikes, $12 entry within Bhutan's 40 to 100 daily sustainable fee. And we're halfway through. The next places get even crazier, including a glass capsule hanging over a cliff. Fakto Monastery, India. It is a remote Jalugpa Buddhist monastery in southeast Sanskar's Lungnak Valley, Indian Himalayas. It was built around a 2,500-year-old natural cave sacred to Guru Rinpoche and early arhats. Jangtsam Shirap Sangpa formally founded it in the early 15th century. Key features include cave-embedded meditation halls, prayer wheels, and a dramatic riverside trek approach via wooden bridge over Tsarapchu. It houses 70 to 100 monks with solar-powered guesthouse. It remains a secluded scholastic center for Tibetan Buddhist philosophy and rituals, accessible by 3 to 4 hour foot trek from Pern village. Perfect for adventure camping amid raw wilderness and immersive Buddhist studies with scholarly lamas. Pros: Ultimate remoteness for deep reflection, resonant natural cave acoustics that enhance chance paradise for spiritual seekers. $0.40 nominal entry and donation. Solvay Hut, Switzerland. It is a compact emergency alpine refuge perched at 4,003 meters on the Matterhorn's northeastern Äternlei ridge in Switzerland's Valais Canton near Zermatt, built in 1915 by the Swiss Alpine Club 52 years after the peak's first ascent. Key features comprise 10 emergency bunks on a sheer cliff ledge above Moseley's slab, constructed in just 5 days via temporary cable from Äternlei Hut below, plus a 1976 radio telephone. It provides essential weather shelter for Äternlei Ridge climbers en route to the summit, and offers Monte Rosa vistas from its precarious platform. Perfect for mountaineer rest stops during ascents, and high-altitude acclimatization training. Pros: edge of world exhilaration, rapid summit recovery, climber camaraderie, $30 to $50 seasonal overnight. But the next place lets you sleep hanging above a cliff. Cliffside Capsule, France. It's also known as the Cliff Camp Capsule, is a transparent luxury sleeping pod suspended 350 meters above the Lot Valley on the Via Ferrata de la Presque Le de Morgon in Gorges du Tarn. See Venice, southern France. Key features include a 1.5 to 2 hour Via Ferrata climb with harnesses, 2-person acrylic pod beds hovering over a sheer abyss, 360-degree panoramic views, and Via Ferrata gear provided. It offers an extreme overnight glamping experience that blends mountaineering challenge with surreal cliffside lodging amid breathtaking gorges. Perfect for romantic couple getaways that seek unmatched adventure and adrenaline-fueled intimacy. Pros: unmatched crystal clear stargazing above clouds, pure adrenaline immersion, $250 to $300 per night via specialist operators. Would you pay $300 to sleep above the abyss? Yes or no? Share your response in the comments. Casadu, Penedo, Portugal. It is a bizarre 1970s private residence embedded between 4 massive granite boulders in Portugal's Serra da Pedrila mountains between Faith and Solorico de Basto, constructed from 1972 to 1974 as a rural holiday retreat by a Gomar-ES engineer. Key features include boulder-formed walls and ceiling wooden staircase, glass windows, concrete eucalyptus furniture, stone fireplace, rock pool, and a nearby 27 meters crystal suspension bridge featured in the film Cliffhanger. Now operating as a small museum displaying regional relics and construction photos, it blends into the wild scene near a wind farm. Perfect for one-of-a-kind wedding venues among striking boulders and amazing Instagram-worthy photo opportunities. Pros: cinematic visual drama, unmatched bizarre architectural ingenuity, free exterior views, guided tours. Korowai Treehouse, Indonesia. It refers to the iconic elevated dwellings of the Korowai people, an indigenous hunter-gatherer tribe in southeastern Papua, Indonesia's remote Lawrence National Park rainforests, constructed 10 to 45 meters above ground in banyan tree canopies to protect from floods, wildlife, and spirits. Key features include notched log ladders that shake to alert residents, sago palm bark walls and floors, rattan-bound branch frames, separate gendered clay fire pits, and periodic rebuilding as materials decay. These serve as family clan homes, 5 to 10 meters typical, up to 45 meters ceremonial, and embody Korowai nomadism and spiritual defense in swampy jungle territories. Perfect for immersive tribal homestays, guided eco-adventure treks through uninhabited forests. Pros: genuine primitive jungle canopy lifestyle, unobstructed rainforest treetop vistas, guided visits, $500+ with multi-day river and jungle access included. These gravity-defying homes prove human ingenuity has no limits. Now which will you dare visit? Like, comment, share and subscribe.